Amanda, and today I'm gonna read Little House in a Big Wood, Chapter 4, Day 8, 9, 10, and 11. In the morning, they all woke up, almost at the same moment. They looked at the stockings, and something was in them. Santa Claus had been there. Alice and Ella and Laura in a red flannel nightgowns, and Peter in his red flannel shirt, all were shouting to see what he had brought. Each stocking there was a pair of bright red mittens, and there was a long flat stick of red and white striped peppermint candy, all beautifully notched along each side. They were all so happy they could hardly speak at first. They just looked with shining eyes at those lovely Christmas presents. But Laura was happiest of all. Laura had a rattle. She was a beautiful doll. She had a face of white cloth with black button eyes. Her black pencils had made her eyebrows, and her cheeks and her mouth were red with the ink made from pokeberry. Her hair was black yarn that had been knitted and ravelled so that it was curled. She had little red flannel stockings and little black cloth gaiters for shoes, and her dress was pretty pink and blue calico. It was so beautiful that Laura could not say a word. She just held it tight and forgot everything else. She did not know that everyone was looking at her till Aunt Eliza said, "Did you ever see such big eyes?" The other girls were not jealous because Laura had mittens and candies and a doll because Laura was the littlest girl except Baby Carrie and Aunt Eliza's baby, Dolly Bird. The babies were too small for dolls. They were so small they did not even know about Santa Claus. They just put their fingers in their mouths and wriggled because of all the excitement. Laura sat down on the edge of the bed and held her doll. She loved her red mittens, and she loved the candy, but she loved her doll best of all. She named Dear Charlotte. Then they all looked at each other's mittens and tried on their own, and Peter bit a large piece out of his stick of candy, but Alice and Ella and Mary and Laura licked theirs to make it last longer. "Well, well, well," Uncle Peter said, "isn't that even one stocking with nothing with a switch in it? My, have you all been such good children?" But they didn't believe that Santa Claus could really have given any of them nothing but a switch. That happened to some children, but it couldn't happen to them. It was so hard to be good all the time. Every day for a whole year, you mustn't tease the children, Peter, Aunt Eliza said. Ma said, "Laura, aren't you going to let the other girls hold the doll?" She meant, little girls must not be so selfish. So Laura let Mary take the beautiful doll, and then Alice held her a minute, and then Ella, the smallest, the pretty dress, and Mary in red flannel stockings, and the gaiters, and the curly woolen hair. But Laura was glad when at last Charlotte was safe in her arms again. Pa and Uncle Peter had each a pair of new wool mittens, knit in little squares of red and white. Ma and Aunt Eliza had made them. Eliza had brought Ma a large red apple stuck full of cloves. How good it smelled! It made Ma smile. For minute cloth would keep it sound and sweet. Ma gave Aunt Eliza a little kneadable she had made with bits of silk for covers and soft white flannel leaves into which to stick the needles. The flannel would keep a needle from rusting. They all admired Ma's beautiful brackets, and Aunt Eliza said that Uncle Peter had made one for her, of course, with different carving. Santa Claus had not given them anything at all. Santa Claus did not give grown-up presents, but that was not because they had not been good. Pa and Ma were good. It was not because they were grown up. And grown-up people must give each other presents. Then all the presents would be laid for a little while. Peter went out with Pa and Uncle Peter to do chores, and Alice and Ella helped Aunt Eliza make the bed, and Laura and Mary set the table while Ma got breakfast. For breakfast, there were pancakes, and Ma made a pancake man for each one of the children. Ma called each one in turn to bring her plate, and each could stand by the stove and watch, while with the spoonful of butter Ma put on the arms and legs and head. It was exciting to watch her turn the whole little man over quickly and carefully on a hot griddle. When it was done, she put it smoking hot on a plate. Peter ate the head of his man right away, but Alice and Ella and Mary and Laura ate them slowly, little bits. First the arms and legs, and in the middle, saving the head for the last. Today the weather was so cold that they could not play outdoors, but they were new mittens to admire and candy to lick, and they all sat on the floor together and looked at the pictures in the Bible, and the pictures of all kinds of animals and birds that passed big green book. Laura kept Charlotte in her arms the whole time. Then there was the Christmas dinner. Alice and Ella and Peter and Mary and Laura did not say a word at table, for they knew that children should be seen and not heard, but they did not need to ask for second helpings. Ma and Aunt Eliza kept the plates full and let them eat all good things they could afford. Christmas comes but once a year, said Aunt Eliza. Dinner was early because Aunt Eliza, Uncle Peter, and the cousins had such a long way to go. Best the horses can do. Uncle Peter said we will hardly make it home before dark. So as soon as they had eaten dinner, Uncle Peter and Ma went to put the horses to the sled, while Ma and Aunt Eliza wrapped up the cousins. They pulled heavy woolen stockings over the woolen stockings and shoes they were already wearing. They put on mittens and coats and warm hoods and shawls, and wrapped mufflers around their neck and thick woolen veils on their face. Ma slipped piping hot baked potatoes in the pockets to keep the fingers warm, and Aunt Eliza's flutters were hot on the stove, ready to put at the feet in the sled. The blankets and the quilts and the buffalo furs were warm too, so they all got in the big blanket, cozy and warm, and Pa tucked the last rope well in around them. Goodbye, goodbye, they called, and off they went, the horses trotting gaily, and the sled bells ring. In just a little while the merry sound of the bell was gone and Christmas was over, but what a happy Christmas it had been. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.